And staying on these tax cuts, Kristin Tate is with us, Young Americans for Liberty analyst. I always think of you as representing millennials. So I can't imagine, though, that the big priority for millennials is getting a tax cut, because most don't pay that much in federal income tax yet, do they?
Sadly, I think you're right, Stuart. We're now at the point in this country where nearly half of Americans pay zero in federal income taxes. And according to the Tax Foundation, millennials in particular don't pay a whole lot of taxes. So when it comes to 2020, I'm not sure that promising lower taxes is going to be a great mobilizer for Trump when it comes to millennials. And then you have the Democrats who have convinced many of these young voters that tax cuts only benefit the rich and the top 1%. Of course, that's not true. Tax cuts benefit everyone, even those who are not paying taxes, by stimulating the economy, helping job growth, helping the stock market grow. So Donald Trump really needs to explain to young people how tax cuts help them, how it benefits them. And I also love that he's been talking about cutting spending, because you can't keep lowering taxes and increasing federal spending as well.
Now, the other side of the coin is maybe millennials should be a little afraid of a Democrat win. You've written a piece called "Is Dumping Donald Trump for Democrats Worth a Recession?" The implicit argument there is you elect Democrats and you'll get a recession. That's your point, isn't it?
That's exactly right. Voters need to ask themselves, is getting rid of Trump worth a possible economic downturn or even a recession? Right now, unemployment is near record lows. We've seen record low unemployment for African Americans, Hispanic Americans. All-time highs in the stock market have indirectly created millions of jobs and faster wage growth than ever in the past decade. So, if we had a Democrat in office, it could really jeopardize these good economic times. And, Stuart, as these moderate candidates like Amy Klobuchar and even Joe Biden kind of fade into the background, the more extreme progressives like Bernie Sanders pose an even greater economic threat. Bernie Sanders' proposals would, if they were put in place, the federal budget would double, and American families would see their tax burdens balloon by about 25% on average.
Ouch. By the way, Kristin, before we close out, I spent the weekend looking at some old tapes of the 2016 election night coverage, and you popped right up there. You were being interviewed, I think, by the BBC. And
that's right.
The young lady couldn't believe that Trump had won, and you were nodding sagely, and she was going crazy.
Best night ever, watching the media meltdown. It was awesome. I will never forget it, and I hope we see something similar in 2020.
Oh, it'll live forever on videotape. It's on YouTube all over the place. Kristin, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it, and see you soon. Thank
you, Stuart.
Sure thing. Check. Oh, look.